Thank you, Tony. I'm very humbled by the introduction. And what is humbling to me is that I get praise for the work of other people. Just like today, this is my first time to come to this place. And this place is so beautiful. It's a source of hope for those who will live here and those who built this, who come here every day. And also for our countrymen from the US who came here today. You worked hard. You had your caroling to raise funds, and you were so generous in giving your time and your resources. But more than the money, it's really your love and your presence. So coming here today, it's a great privilege for me, a great honor, to see this miracle of God. This is a real miracle. This is a miracle of love. Now, this is, kanina, na-overwhelm ako kasi nakakahiya na sa tanda ko ito, umiyak pa. No? Pero, when you sang Ako Ay Filipino, and when Wendy and Gerard came out with the flag, I felt that this is what it is all about. A deep love for God and country. It's something that we have lost. And I cannot blame our people, because just like the Israelites, who wandered for 40 days, some people were exiles for 40 years. When there was famine, Joseph even had to go to Egypt, and many other stories. And so the Filipino Americans, some of you have been away for 30, 40 years. Tama ba? I was in the United States. I finished high school in 1967 at De Anza in Richmond, California. And that was the time when, when Richard Speck murdered some of the nurses in Chicago. That was the time when many of our people, doctors and nurses, started to come. That was the time when many of the farmers, that was the time when the apple pickers in California and the wine growers came from the Philippines. Of course, that came later after the Filipinos went to Hawaii. But again, last year I went to Modesto, because now Gawad Kalinga is moving from providing land for the landless, home for the homeless, and now our trust is food production. Again, the Lord is always moving ahead of us, and now that we are moving towards productivity and towards building sustainable, self-sufficient, food-sufficient communities, where perhaps the Lord already knew that there would be a food crisis soon. And I was in Modesto last year. I was surprised that I traveled in Salinas, Modesto, Monterrey. I did not see a single Filipino farmer. Kasi ang Filipino will not stay at the bottom. And the farmers are now insurance agents. They are now real estate, into so many other things. And the Filipinos now have sent their children to the best universities. Now, when I was in San Diego, I met who was that dermatologist who graduated summa cum laude from Stanford? Was it Tess? She's married, Tess Mauricio, who's married to a Korean. Okay. And then there was another girl who graduated summa cum laude from Harvard. And everywhere I went, the Filipinos sent their children to the best schools, and they're also they were also very, they were excellent wherever they were sent. So, and when I go to the US, there are over 3 million Filipinos. And in the last 40 years since I've been there, I've not seen a Filipino beg in any of the streets in the US. I've seen, Afro-American beggars, Mexican beggars, and Caucasian beggars, and other ethnicities, but not a single Filipino. And so when I was in Central California, I did not see a Filipino farmer anymore, mostly Mexicans na. Dahil Filipino, umakit na. No? Naintindihan niyo ba ang sinasabi ko? and Filipinos, according to Time Magazine, are the ethnic group least likely to go on welfare in the United States. and they're prized for their beauty, for their intelligence, for being good mothers, good wives. That's why Brian siguro was very wise. Just like Dylan, who married my daughter. No, so again, I do believe that we're just catching the mood of the times. This is how the Spirit is moving in our country. That the Filipino in this country now will not remain poor forever. That no Filipino deserves to be a squatter in his own country. Because our brothers and sisters from the Phil-Ams will not allow that anymore. And they're now going home to their town. So Joe is going to Balanga, Tony here is in Orion, and the others will be going to, the Bicolanos will be going to Bicol, the Cebuanos will be going to Cebu, and so on and so forth. 3 million Filipinos reconnecting with their towns, with their communities, and going back to the people that they have left behind, going back to the country that they have not stopped loving. But this time coming home with more resources, with more expertise, right? Umuwi sila na mas matalino, mas magagaling, mas magaganda, and they have time in their hands. I was telling my friends, I am 58 years old and the life expectancy of the Filipino male is 68. So 10 years now, God willing, 10 years now from goodness to greatness. Kasi kayo lahat, you have been good husbands, good wives, good mothers, good fathers. You have been good citizens. You have been good, you know. But now you're moving towards your period of greatness. Because goodness is about yourself. Greatness is about others. You know? And so when you follow Jesus, you know, who really dedicated his life, you know, so to raise the lowest to the highest, to bring the last to the first, to be first, then that is when you will become great. So Tony, building the Santos Pizarro Village, you are now approaching your period of greatness. Kaya ubilin natin. So it's not enough that you have been good, but you will make that mark. So Tony mentioned about being balikbayani. Actually, the term was coined by my son-in-law Dylan, because he is so amazed at the greatness of the Filipino. Only Filipinos do not see it. You know, we do not see our true worth and value. We do not see greatness in ourselves, and that's why we do not see greatness in other people. But Dylan refers to you also as patriots in exile. Dati kasi sinasabi mga brain drain kayo. Actually, kayo ay brain gain. No? And you're coming home with a bonus. Kasi mas matalino kayo ngayon eh. At mas mayaman kayo kaysa nang umalis kayo. Tama hindi? Tama! At dala niyo yung mga anak nyo na mas matalino. No? At saka yung mga apo nyo na tisoy. Kasi mga apo ko tisay na rin eh. Hindi ba? So ngayong hapon na ito, we see convergence. No? Na parang natutuwa ako sa mga kapatid ko sa Caucus for Christ. Alam niyo kasi last year, matindi yung nangyari sa Caucus, hindi ba? Yes. No? Dahil para nagiging crossroads.